Okay, Shalom. Like the Sekahalayim, Wahawadla, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Akakudash, and the blood the apostles and elders of Great Millstone all very well. Peace and blessings to the Akim around the world that pushes through to the four corners of the earth, right? His brother Yarba. I said I'd touch on this article a brother sent from me, brother Yasad. It's a motor vehicle and road traffic amendment bill passed in Senate, right? So this was passed, I believe, on Wednesday. Right, let me see what we're talking about. This is the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2019 was read a third time and passed with amendments in the Senate on Wednesday evening, right, which is yesterday. It say in his introduction to the bill, it said Attorney General Faris Al-Rai explained that the legislation is geared toward ending criminality in Trinidad and Tobago. The scriptures talk to you about what the wiles of the devil. There's whenever they're doing something, they'll always try to do it under the guise to make it look like something good or something beneficial. Try to convince you to go along with it or to be calm about it or to accept it. All right. It say Justice is the most important thing in this country, which we know is not true. It say killing criminality is important in this country. Again, not true. It say crimes are committed on the road in this country. Deaths happen on the roads of this country by people exceeding the speed limit, etc. Right? It say, but when a robbery goes down, a kidnapping goes down, an event of crime happens, hardly ever does one jump onto a horse to make a speedy retreat or a bicycle. In fact, people will use a car, drive off in a getaway position, and then make their way. Right? You see, the AG said the government hopes the amendment, which introduces number plates with RFID tags, right? And you see in this, all for people who know about the RFID, which is what the scriptures refer to as the mark of the beast, right? Which is the RFID chip that they want to put in people's hands. But it have the same technology on other devices that it is used to track things. And it's the same thing the government or people in certain government places was saying, that if you get the RFID in your hand, you would not be able, they say that they would not be able to track you, which is a lie. Because look, the same technology they want to put on the car license plate, and it's to help what? To help locate cars. So you see how eventually this come out, right? That is really one of the purposes of putting RFID on things, is to be able to track it. If you have a RFID tag on a particular item in a store, if somebody tries to go through the door, the alarm will go off. Why? Because the software will be able to show that item wasn't paid for. So it's a way of tracking a particular item, right? They say the AG said that the government hopes the amendment, which introduces number plates with RFID tags, allow for open source criminal reporting using technology. It said it will also see spot speed camera enforcement, e-filing, and online payments. The Lego back, right? To say allow for open source criminal reporting using technology. That we know exactly what open source software they're referring to, but that will help to be able to track particular things. It might help you in a sense to track your vehicle. It might have some kind of software that they might use to incorporate with it, so that you can be able to track your vehicle, like how some people has had car search and so forth. It might have some software that they might have to be able to track, that you might be able to track your own vehicle. Like say if you don't know where it's located or whatever, or it was stolen, but it also allows them to track your vehicle also, so they could monitor your movements, where you go, and all these things is be recorded. You understand? They don't just want to see, all right, he went down the road today, and and just forget about that. Oh, I forgot where he went last week. No, they just actually have softwares that record these things. They actually record people's movements, with people's patterns, and they will do it with people's vehicles, they'll do it with your phones, but ultimately the goal is to do it with you. Right? A nice prophecy according to the scriptures, to receive a mark in their right hand or forehead. Right? And that mark, that mark of the beast goes back to the RFID chip that they want to put in us. Right? Right? Also a spot report using technology. It will also see spot speed camera enforcement. So this technology with RFID, I believe it in places like America and so forth. So like if you like breaking the speed limit, because if they could track where you are 10 to 1, they could also track how fast you're going. So that would also help them to be able to know who breaking traffic offenses, who going faster than they're supposed to be going. So for all those people who like to speed and break traffic lights, they're going to be getting tickets in the mail. You understand? All of this is about control. It's a e-filing and online payments. It's a white cane regulations for the visual impaired and essential parking for the differently able. That is certain benefits that are trying to make it look like like it'll be so convenient or so forth. But we know all of these things is leading up to what? First I did the video before when I was talking about putting the RFID the anklets on the prisoners who they release, because they were like test subjects, right? So they released them for the corona and they put the ankle bracelets on them, to try it out on them, and then soon they're going to try it out on vehicles. And in this country it have almost as much vehicles as it has people. So that would be a good little testing ground for them to try out, and test the software and so forth. Because eventually, ultimately, it's supposed to go in the people. All these other things is just prep. They're just prepping fate. They're just testing it out, getting used to it, and so forth. But eventually, when that time comes, we is the main target. But the ones who actually dung for the Lord would not take that chip. But you're seeing how as time go by, more and more things starting to lead to what? The mark of the beast, this RFID technology that people just want to make fun of and want to act like if that is not the mark of the beast. You understand? When I say the mark of the beast is Christianity, sometimes the apostles talk about it and they just mock the apostles. I'm talking about it's not no microchip. But you're starting to see more and more how prophecy is showing that it is the microchip. You understand? Because they even say it right here. They say e-filing and online payments. All these things going and lead to what? Cashless. Everything digital. And this prophecy is something plain. Anyway, with that I say shalom.